Hey guys, it's Papagino. In the last video, I said I would do better in the next tournament, and much to my own disbelief, I definitely delivered on the promise. I came in fourth on this last tournament, so I'm very happy with the result. It was a modern novice tournament, and this was one of my favorite battles from it. So I want to talk a little bit about it, and maybe I'll show you a few of the other battles as well later. But yeah, it was a very exciting time for me. It's a very fun game. Uh, what about this battle? We can see, well, of course, the splinters, there were a few available. Mana cap was 17, so low, quite low. I remember back in the day, there would be battles as low as 12 mana, so extremely low, very, very low. It doesn't seem like we see as many of them today. 17 is considerably more, than 12 already, but still quite low mana cap, so not too many units to be used and stuff. And interestingly, we had no specific rules for this battle either, so we could have gone a few different ways, but me and my opponent, I guess it's tricky when you can know for sure, and well, basically I decided I could have gone a few different ways, but I decided to go with this elf strategy thanks to this Samuel Kayla Silverleaf, which has a considerably strong effect in and of itself, like the debuff to the enemy magic attacks is quite potent, quite relevant, so that's good. And if you play her with some elves like I did here, you get the extremely powerful execute effect, which I misremember what it did exactly, but it's actually very straightforward and it's quite strong. It's like what is it? If you attack a target and it has 2 or less health, I guess we can see in a bit because it doesn't say here, does it? Oh, execute. There we go. So yeah, if the target has 2 or less health, the attacker will perform another attack again, and that's of course very, very powerful, especially combined with strong magic attackers. So I went for this very cheesy strategy, but it worked quite well. I guess I'll let you decide if it's cheesy or not. I think it definitely is to some extent, but it's also a very double-edged strategy because you're basically betting on this one unit pretty much surviving and doing all the work. So it's a little bit double-edged, I would say. And we can see how the battle goes in a minute. Of course, we both elected to use the Halfling Refugee as a shield. It's a very good card. My opponent also went for some magic damage, and he combined these units with the Akane Summoner, which is also a good surprise weapon. Definitely strong summoner in some cases, like here for instance, it's quite decent, and we can see in a moment what he does with this summoner. And then he also has this very pricey card. I don't know if he owns it or was renting it or whatever. Elnor Bravefoot, one of the few, maybe the only really 0 mana card in this modern cycle. So of course a very strong card for that fact alone. And yeah, because we don't really have any others that I don't think, yeah. I think that's just about the only one we have right now, as far as I know anyway. And if I remember correctly, it's also very pricey card, because I think it's a promo card as well, so. But it didn't make much of a difference, of course. As we will see in a minute, actually we can get the battle started. Let's see what happens. So yeah, my opponent gives ambush, interestingly, to one of the magic attackers, the Abyssal Elemental, strong card, but didn't give it to this other magic guy as well. He gave it to the refugee, I guess, to start doing some work on my front line there. So I guess it's a reasonable strategy. I don't know if it would have made a difference if he gave the ambush to this one instead. Debatable. Not sure. I guess this is one more damage right off the bat, so it's a little bit more significant, but you can really see how my strategy works. Basically, I'm banking on Talonor here because of the effect from the Summoner, the synergy of completely obliterating, killing one unit every turn with no exception, basically. Well, we'll see. There are actually some exceptions. Both of these cards, they sort of counter this strategy in some ways, but it's still very strong. You can see we trade some blows, the Elfling goes down, actually takes one more turn, okay, and then it's the turn of the Elemental, and they start doing some magic damage on me and stuff, but it's not enough. And you can see this is actually a counter in a way to this strategy because it revives itself, so the execute attack doesn't go off, it doesn't trigger if it's a revived unit, is what I'm trying to say. So it's a decent attempt, but of course I'm still healthy enough with this unit here to deliver as many blows as necessary. And there you go, you can see another execute attack. So there goes the battle. A very exciting one, because in the moment, I mean, I see it now, but I really wasn't sure if this was going to work or not. So it was a very double-edged strategy. We can go back to the lobby. Very double-edged, and it was a little bit surprising me how I could pull it off. You know, very interesting battle, I thought. But I also had a few others, and maybe we can look at a few of those very quickly as well. If you go in my battles. I don't remember them exactly by name, but yeah, there were a few interesting ones. Let's see this one. I don't know. I won this one. Okay, it's like it was a battle between Tofu versus Lorcus, and I ended up using some magic units. Okay, yeah. What else? Maybe I have some other interesting ones. Let's see. Against this guy. Oh, it's the very one I talked about already. What about this one? I don't know. Oh yeah, this was also an interesting one. I remember this one. It was yeah, one of the first few ones from the second round. And okay, let's watch it. So this was a little bit different. It was still a low mana for the battle. And I was tempted, I was very tempted to use Lorcus myself, because it's a very strong summoner. I often rely on him, of course. But yeah, it was a little bit too low for me to comfortably use him. But you can see my opponent was tempted in the same way, and he decided to use it, and I was able to beat him. I anticipated, in a way, him using it, and I sort of went for this counter to magic attacks with Fight Blaze-Stone. It's a very strong summoner as well. +2 armor, like just a static effect to everyone, so that's very useful. And then the Void, which doesn't go on all of my units. The Refugee, for instance, isn't a dwarf. But these guys are the Inept Healer is a dwarf too, and then this one, it just gets the armor. But still, you get the point. It's a very strong summoner, very, very strong. Especially in low to mid mana, it can be a very solid choice, and it was the case here. And you can see I sort of predicted my opponent going Lorcus and Magic, going for that synergy, and we can see the battle very quickly, for instance. And of course, this is the weapon training, so Wimbarden's Smith, strong card, gets to do a bit of damage because before the front line falls as well, which is important. I sort of divided my damage. I was relying on a little bit of magic, but also a little bit of ranged damage. So in this case, in this particular case, it was the right choice, I guess. And yeah, you can see I'm just doing more damage than him. His magic is not really bothering me, and before you can really do much, I already worked through most of its units, so definitely the right choice here to go for this other summoner. Very exciting battle as well. And yeah, it was, there were some very interesting moments here from this tournament, and I'm very happy to have finished fourth. And I'm just a little bit puzzled here, because yeah, I mean, it says I'm fourth right here, but the price doesn't seem to match up. You see, 196,000. Oh, sorry, 196 SPS is what this detail is what I'm given here, because I'm fourth. But then if we go to the details in this other tab, it says like up until the fourth participant, the price should be 295, so it doesn't quite seem to match up. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe someone can explain it to me, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Maybe it's because I was tied in a way in fourth place with several other people. Like you can see, there's quite a list of people that also went just like me, 18-4 overall for the tournament. So we were all tied in a way, but then I had more tiebreaker points. This thing right here, there's a rule for this. So I guess what it means is my average of the opponents that I beat was slightly higher. There's a mathematical rule that explains these points here, which are used for tiebreakers. So maybe it's not even that. I don't